Welcome to the Applied Linguistics YouTube channel. I'm Sean, a final year incoming graduate in English language and media. It's been a while since I've hosted this, but I have always been enjoying and hosting and interviewing on this channel because I get to speak with amazing, inspiring people from the department. So today I have with me Beatrice Massa. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's fine.
Welcome, Beatrice. Thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
on call with me today. I've not met you personally before, but have heard many good things about you. So this is a great pleasure for me to be speaking with you today. So tell us, can you give us a bit of an introduction about you for those that have not met you before?
Yeah, of course. So, well, hello everyone. My name is Beatrice. I'm from Italy, but I moved to the UK when I was 19, and I studied at Swansea University for both my undergraduate, my postgraduate. So I have a BA in English Language and Applied Linguistics and a master in TESOL. And now I'm working as a language technician at Phrasee.
Oh, okay, great. So, well, that's the purpose of this interview is to ask about your career, your job at Phrasee. If you could tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, of course. So basically, I'm a language technician, which is not a job that it's very well known. I think, we could be the only ones who have this title for all I know, because yeah, every time I say I'm a language technician, everyone looks at me like, what? But basically, Phrasee is an AI-powered platform that generates optimized language for our awesome customers, and we focus on email marketing mostly. And so we deal a lot with subject lines and in-body content. And basically, as a language technician, my duty is to make sure that the language models that we create for our customers are on point and on brand, and we deliver language that is that follows exactly the tone of voice of our customers, and it's completely free of grammatical errors, makes sense, and sounds really natural. So yeah, that in a nutshell is what we do as language techs. It's good fun.
So how did it feel like, for someone who come from a linguistics background to go into like a tech industry? What's that like?
It was yeah, I think I've never really saw myself in this industry really, but when I remember reading the job advert for this role, and I was like, I actually enjoy all of this, like it's really good, it sounds really good fun, and sounds what I want to do. And it can be a bit daunting at first, because obviously it's very different from what I have done before. My background was in teaching really, so it's complete opposite. But I love it. I think it's so fun. And, like AI is the future of marketing. So I'm really, really looking forward to see how this goes and where it goes, and, and be part of it. It's really cool.
Okay. Could you share with us was it like, like a normal day in your life?
Okay, so spoiler alert, I work from home most of the time. I'm going to the office tomorrow actually, but most of the time, yes, I work from home. So I wake up and have my breakfast, and when I log in at my computer in my room, and so I find it very nice because everyone says good morning and hello on our team chat, which is nice, like it's like going in virtual office and I say hi to everyone. So that's that. And then I start looking at my emails, and I look at the tasks that I have, and I usually tend to write my to-do list the night before, so that I don't go into work and I'm like, oh, okay, what do I have to do today? But like you want to because our team is spread across the UK and the US, obviously some parts of our days don't overlap, so if something happens during US time, we get to know in UK morning, and so I need to catch up with anything that might have happened during that time. So yeah, I look at that, and then I start fixing like and building or updating language models I'm working on. So I fix errors or bugs. I do some writing. There's a lot of logic involved with coding that's all logic, you know, like make sure that everything makes sense, and the rules are correct and everything. And then we do some testing. We test our models every day to make sure they are up to standard, and anything that doesn't look right, we report and we fix. So it's, but we do it for other people. So, you know, like I'm testing someone else's model, and they test mine. And yeah, it's very collaborative in that way.
Wow. So okay. So most of these skills that you've learned, like all these like tech and coding, so these are skills that you learn on the job.
Yeah. So coding definitely was something that I learned, and I was taught when I was being onboarded, and I think that's probably the biggest skill I learned on the job. But then obviously, you know, like I have to write emails to customers, and obviously that it's very different from any other email I had to write before in my life. So that, you know, like some sort of written communication, and I started to work on reports, so I do a lot of language analysis, but it's very different from any language analysis I did when I was in uni, really, because the purpose is really different. You know, like we have the business, it's more the focus of these reports.
What would you say is a very important skill, you know, in for your role, or you know, for your company? Yeah, if that makes sense.
Okay, so for my role, I think one of the most important skills obviously is language analysis, because once you can analyze language, you can understand the tone of voice that a customer has, and then you're able to take that and apply it to the subject lines they need, for example. You have to be like very good at communicating. We're a really fun company, and you know, like we chat a lot, we talk a lot, so I think it's really, really good that you are able to communicate with different people from different backgrounds and stuff.
That's good. That's good. So stepping a few steps back and going back to like a few years before you got the job, can you share a bit about how, you know, what was that journey like after graduating, post grad, and then, you know, yeah.
Yeah, well, I've always worked while I was studying. So I took a year out after high school and I was working as an au pair. And then when I started uni, I started working as a student ambassador. And then I got my CELTA qualification, so I was able to teach. So I worked as an English teacher as well alongside my studies. And I taught Italian at Swansea Uni as well during my master's. So, you know, like I always tried to be doing some sort of work while I was studying as well. And I think that's really important because it gives you like those other skills that you don't necessarily gain by just studying. And although, you know, like I think Swansea is amazing on giving you like the skills that you need to go into employability, like to become more employable. I think it's really important that you try and make you know, and earn your own as well outside.
I know that before you did your job at Phrasee, you were a teacher, like part-time teacher. So how are the pressure and stress levels different from, you know, as compared to being a teacher and doing,
Yeah, I mean, they're very, very different jobs. You know, like one is a 9 to 5 job, while the other one, like teaching, I think it takes literally everything from you, because you could always do a little bit more, you know, like you could always prepare a little bit better, or there's always some marking that you've taken home and you have to do. And I have to say, I do love my job now because I'm able to switch off. You know, like when I finish my work day, I've done what I have to do, I log off and I don't have to worry about something else. And it's really, really nice feeling. You know, I'm not spending my weekends marking someone's homework, you know, like so, you know, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed being a teacher because it's so rewarding. But at the same time, you know, like I think I needed a little bit of a different experience. And yeah, so I think that's the biggest difference there is. It's that.
wow, I've never heard that before. This is very this is new for me. It's eye-opening. Do you know if there are going to be more linguistic jobs in the tech industry in the future?
I think so. I think so because yeah, AI is the future of marketing, but you know, like you always have to keep an eye on the AI because it might come up with something that doesn't sound right, or you know, like it's not quite.
Okay.
So the AI is great because it does achieves the best performing language that you can have, but you need
Mm.
the person behind and say, yeah, that sounds right. You don't want to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I think
okay.
so. And there is opportunity to develop more as well.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, interesting. Do you have any advice that you like to give to any university students, given that, you come from, you do a very interesting job and you're in a very interesting sector, different from linguistics. Yeah.
Um, I'd say definitely, like try and take any opportunity you can, because I've never regretted taking an opportunity, because it taught me something. And even if maybe in the moment it wasn't quite, like what I expected, or didn't exactly give me what I wanted from it, in
Mm,
hindsight, like everything takes you somewhere and you're able to use it in the next job or in the next experience that you have. So definitely don't turn down opportunities if you can help it. you know that is. And also, don't be scared to apply for that job.
yeah.
Like worst comes to worst, they say no. But like if I hadn't applied for this job because I was worried, oh, I don't have any marketing experience, or like I've never worked in tech before, like what can I bring to the table,
Mm,
you would I wouldn't have gotten it just because I
yeah.
didn't apply. So
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think you need to try, at least try. Worst comes
Solid.
to worst, you move on and try something new.
Wow, great, solid advice. I stand by that. I stand by that. Yeah, that's all the questions I have, and that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for this conversation.
Thank you for
Um,
having me.
yeah, hopefully in the future there'll be more interviews like this, because I'm pretty sure this is good content and this is helpful for any university students that need to hear this. Thank you so much for listening. We will come back with a new episode hopefully soon. So take care and we'll see you soon. Bye.